what it once was, a jewel.
Joanne Hayes.
And I stand to take a call on the third reading of the Christchurch Cathedral Reinstatement Bill. And I just want to congratulate again the Select Committee, the Minister Megan Wood and the former Minister Nicky Wagner for the work that they've done to actually get this bill here today and get it through for the people of Christchurch. Because regardless of all of the things that, all of the submissions that came in over the, through the stuff, media and people saying they didn't want it, some wanted it but didn't want to pay for it, etc., etc. The arguments were debated in many ways within that newspaper, within those newspaper articles, Mr. Speaker. And so I'm really pleased that we've got to this point. As the speaker before me just mentioned about, we're now ready to move through to the next stage, hiring of the architects. I'm sure that after today, once this bill reaches its royal assent through the Governor-General's signature, that side of things will actually start to roll fairly quickly. I want to extend my thanks to the Christchurch City Council. They have done an amazing job to actually get to their decision that they announced last night, and also to the ratepayers. I mean, it is a little bit more in your rates, but everybody, not just yourselves in Christchurch, but everybody in Aotearoa, New Zealand, are going to enjoy the results of this new church and what it will bring to the city of Christchurch. And I, for one, will be pleased to actually see something in that square go up. You know, after a while you get a bit sick of driving around just to a pile of dirt just sitting in the middle. And, you know, and I think it will be in memory of all of those people who did lose their lives. This is a resurrection for the centre of the city, Mr. Speaker. So I won't take up the House's any more time for the House. The committee has done a great job. The contributions here have been very good, and I commend the bill to the House. Thank you.
The Honourable Dr. Nick Smith.
Mr. Speaker, there are 3